couple of more breaths like this. So in this posture, practice your Ujjayi pranayama. It will help the posture. The full phase of the breath will allow you to feel parts and connections in the body that you wouldn't feel otherwise. Nice. And then, near the end of the out-breath, bend the knees and bring your head behind your arms again to look at the floor between hands. And then you can walk or hop forward, and inhaling, lift the head up, and then exhaling, release the palate through the crown as you squeeze in. Lift the head, and then inhale, reach into the sky, but really feel the structural lines of your legs. Middle of pelvic floor is pulled up, and then relax. Ah. So on that exhale, you're releasing the uvula, which is a fascinating structure. Next time you brush your teeth, you can check out your uvula. And when you release the soft palate, all of these patterns we've been working on, pelvic floor, through the inhale, you just go, ah, and all of it goes up the chimney. Okay. A lot of people, they'll practice really hard, but they'll never release. So they're missing out on the nicest part. Again, inhale, tone the legs, open the back of the umbrella, 12th ribs, kidney wings. Spin the edges of those wings, and then up and over. Ah, it's like a swan dive. And then contract abdomen and PC muscle. And then inhale, lift the head, but keep the PC muscle toned, or at least imagine you're doing that. And then step back, and this time do not come down to your belly, but stay up high, up here. Okay. And then actually put a bend in your elbow of about 5 degrees. And push your shoulders down away from your ears, as if you had giant ears. Just enough bend so that you don't like it. Ah, good. Now, point your toes one at a time. This is a prefab upward dog. Okay. Then, sink a little down so the knees almost scrape. And then inhaling, pull the spine forward as the coccyx goes down. Curl back over the toes and take the wave. Ah, it's a downward dog. So it's like riding on a big wave. Big wave yoga. That's why this particular form became really popular in Maui in the 70s. It was like, wow. All these surfers were... But to feel the wave, you have to keep your palate empty. Don't clog your palate with preconceptions and rigid, extreme views. Middle path. Deep groins, bright, wide collarbones. And good. And then near the end of the out-breath, bend your knees. Look at floor between hands, and then hop or walk forward, lifting head. And then with a smooth exhale, lengthen through crown and squeeze in. Squeeze it like a mudra. Lift the head and inhale. Reach into the sky, spreading the lower back. Fill to the brim. And then, up the middle path. That was nice. Let's do one more of those. So inhaling, tone the legs, quads and hamstrings. Up and over, smooth exhale. End of exhale, look down to the tip of your nose. Trini, number 3, lift the head. Pull up the skin of the thighs really high. And then step back, but stay up high, just like we did before. So when you're up high like this, it's easy to keep good alignment. Shoulders push down away from ears. Wide kidney wings expressed as the arms. Good. Now, big inhale fills kidneys. Now on the exhale with your chin a little forward, come on down. Keep the heart open. And then drop the coccyx and pull. Look down your nose when the throat opens. Roll over the toes and ride the wave. Way back and look up. Yeah. Breathe. Keep the palate empty. The roots of the toes split open. Roots of fingers split open so that anchors can fall from those roots. If you're blessed with stiffness, you can bend the knees because it's the depth of the groins that's interesting. Good. Longer arms. Long arms, wide back, soft throat, bright collarbones. And then, near the end of the exhale, bend the knees. And with the in-breath, place the feet and lift the head. And with the exhale, squeeze in, contracting rectus abdominis pubococcygeus muscle. Lift the head and inhale, reach into sky, feeling the pubococcygeus muscle. And then swim home up the midline. So you might have to Google pubococcygeus muscle. Okay, turn the filters off or you won't get anything. And, but it's a very important muscle. So the center of that muscle is immediately in front of the anus, and that in standing in samastitihi, the plumb line goes through that center. And that muscle, we just want to bring it online, and the tone in the muscle is always changing. It's not a gripping, but it's just an intelligence. And that muscle helps you bridge the kind of the gap between pubic bone and coccyx. So the pubic bone is the terminus of prana pattern, and when you inhale and you're not very grounded, it tends to put the body into this position. And you float away with the heart too much open and the mind just wandering off into trouble. And then, when you exhale, if that pattern, the exhale pattern, has no connection to its mate, the inhale, the exhale just tends to make you do like this. Just the opposite. And you become like a stick in the mud and slightly mean, but grounded. Okay. Practical. So we want the best, and so in terms of coccyx, the coccyx is part of the apana pattern, pubic bone, prana pattern, and we want them both to be connected through the intelligence that flows through the fiber optics of the PC muscle. And when you feel that flow, you'll feel it largely up here in the head and mouth, because the palate, it's reflected in the tongue and palate, sinuses, what goes on in the pelvic floor. Don't ask me why, but just the way it is.